Hi everybody, crypto enthusiasts and crypto lovers. I'm Eugene, your crypto MC. We're continuing to explore the Synchrobit ecosystem, which is being created by Synchronium team. And please welcome my today's guest. He's Mr. Dr. Chuck Hermans. He's CEO of Synchronium USA. Chuck, it's great and a pleasure to talk to you to help understand what Synchronium creating.
Hey, Eugene, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, and just excited about what we've developed here at Synchronium, and love to talk to you some more about the blockchain solutions that we have.
Great. We know that Synchronium has up to 10 offices all around the world. Tell me about Synchronium in United States. What are specific goals of that office?
Sure. So there's a lot of things going on with our organization, but Synchronium USA is mainly focused on creating blockchain solutions for companies around the world. And, this is something that a lot of companies are looking into. You have huge retailers like Walmart, Home Depot, even some of the big supply chain companies around the world looking into how they can implement blockchain solutions. And so we're a standalone entity separate from the other offices of Synchronium, but we focus on the blockchain solutions, looking at how to create end-to-end transparent, immutable solutions for companies so that they can look at how to better manage supply chain issues, how to better manage ledger systems, account systems, and then relationships with customers and suppliers and things like that. So,
well, how is the Synchronet platform different?
Well, our blockchains are built in different ways, and probably the most common blockchain or the most popular blockchain solution right now is Hyperledger that is IBM's platform. But our platform is really unique in its design. It's a unique and proprietary platform that we have that we've designed, and it has much better connectivity among the nodes. It's a faster solution. It's a multi-layered solution. And so with our multi-layered solution, we have this, what we call the Synchronet platform, but our SynchroLedger frameworks, which might be comparable to Hyperledger, our frameworks are able to engage with one another, and we're able to integrate across frameworks. So if we have a payment solution, or a messaging communication solution, or a fleet management solution, and I can talk to you about those later. But all of those can be integrated together so that they work together with one another. And that's kind of how we've envisioned the ecosystem. So it's an entire organizational solution rather than a singular solution for one problem.
Okay, so let's look on ecosystem. How does your blockchain solution ecosystem work? Tell us some details.
Well, again, if you go back and you start looking at some of the existing blockchain solutions that are out there, Bitcoin, obviously the first blockchain solution that really brought attention to this industry, and Bitcoin's blockchain is really a solution for one problem, right? It is a currency solution. It supports the currency of Bitcoin. So our solution looks at the whole problem of the organization more holistically. So we want a solution that's going to go end to end from the customer all the way back to the supply chain. This is one of the things that big supply chain companies, even Walmart, for example, they're looking at solutions that'll go from the farm to the store, right? So every step of the way, we want to be able to have all of those suppliers on the blockchain. We want to be able to trace back, exactly what happened and exactly where something has come from. And so by using blockchain, it creates this transparent chain of events throughout the supply chain. And those applications are going to be great for creating much more efficiency and objectivity in evaluating what's going on in the business supply chain, for example.
Well, I want to ask you, what is the specific way of doing blockchain regarding startup building work in US comparing with other world? What's the difference of United States comparing to other countries in the blockchain space?
I would say that there's not a whole lot of difference. I mean, all companies want to create efficiencies across the organizational processes. I would say that different companies have different needs, and so when you go from industry to industry, the organizational needs are different. And we just went to the blockchain summit conference in Bangkok, and there were a lot of banking institutions there. And so, a bank is unique, for example. And so with a bank, you might have different transactions going on a business-to-business level. And then you also have transactions on a business-to-customer level. So if you look all the way through the banking organization, the bank deals with governments, the bank deals with other banks and interbank settlements. But within the bank, then the bank has a very centralized account management system. And then when it's dealing with its customers, it has a bank to customer relationship that is more permissioned, right? So if you look at the bank to customer relationship, the bank wants to provide a nice mobile app for the customer so that they can access their account, right? But they don't want to give the customer access to all of their account information. So there is a permissioned use arrangement with the customer at that level. So the customer wants a nice interface that's easy to use. The bank wants to control how much of the network they allow their customer to see. And so with our SynchroLedger system, we can integrate all of those different platforms, from the B2B, the centralized account management, as well as the customer interface, all on one platform, so we don't have singular solutions to each problem, but we have an ecosystem solution where all of these solutions can work together.
Well, you've mentioned that Synchronium USA has a number of blockchain solutions for business and government. Can you name all of them, give us a list of them, and tell what's the purpose of every solution shortly?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of different solutions. Right now we have about 40 different use cases. I'm not sure I could name them all off the top of my head, but I can give you some ideas about some of the things that we can do and we have achieved up to this point. And so some of our current applications that are either in beta or available for delivery right now include our PicChat Messenger, which is a communication system, our WinkPay wallet system, which is both a wallet and a bank interface, as well as an exchange interface. We have a fleet management system. We have a food chain beta application, and I can talk to you a little bit about some of those solutions in a little bit more detail as well. So maybe we could start with like our PicChat Messenger.
Okay, so let's start with a PicChat Messenger. What is PicChat Messenger? What purpose is that?
So PicChat Messenger, it's a messenger system, much like you would see with Facebook Messenger or Telegram Messenger. It has the encryption levels supported by the blockchain. You can set up an encryption so that your conversations are private. But it's also going to have the abilities such as what you have on Skype or Zoom, with the audio or video transmission. So you can do either audio, video, or text communications in a secure environment. Now, what that's going to do for the organization is that we can also set up HICJET as a communication system within the organization, or between the organization and customers, or between the organization and its business partners. So the communication system could be set up as a blockchain communication, where the communication system is integrated with our fleet management system, and then those communications are encrypted and stored as a part of the blockchain with the transaction associated with the supply chain. So when you create the transaction, you also have a record of all the communication that happened in association with that transaction. This is going to make the blockchain, the entire supply chain, for example, more transparent, and create that efficiency and record-keeping system that's going to make a better ecosystem for the organization. Yeah, PicChat has a lot of different communication opportunities for the organization, both supply chain and then business to customer communication, as well as it can be used within the organization. So, so we could have secure communications among employees in terms of communicating needs back and forth from managers to employees, or from employee to employee, to create a workflow that is supported by communication. So you did mention WinkPay as well. That's another one of our solutions. Our WinkPay is a payment system, essentially, or wallet. It combines the payment and wallet system, but it also has an interface that's going to allow you to connect and interface with your bank account or interface with your exchange account. So, for example, you know, from a banking perspective, I would say that you know, it's important that customers have an easy-to-use payment system or transfer system for their accounts, and that they can easily access their bank account information. From a cryptocurrency perspective, you know, the wallet system is becoming a big player and important for customers as well. Now, the question is, can we link these two things, right? So that I can access my bank account and I can access my wallet system, and I could actually transfer funds between the two, you know, from cryptocurrency to fiat, which has been a big, you know, a more difficult problem to solve. And so our WinkPay system has interfaces that will allow all of those things to happen. They can be integrated into one system, one wallet system that can be conveniently used by the customer. And so a bank that has access to this wallet system is going to have customers who are going to want, you know, going to be able to use a much more robust type of wallet and payment system.
Well, I understand you also have a fleet management system. Can you explain what is it, how it works?
So fleet management. You know, with the supply chain, again, you know, there's the desire to not only track products, especially food products right now, food products from end to end, so we can see where they're coming from and where they're going to. And fleet management is a piece of that. So fleet management has been a problem in a lot of respects because of the way drivers and loads are matched. And so we have an app that allows us to do matching between drivers and loads. And there's a lot of considerations when it comes to matching a load with a driver. You know, does the truck have enough space? Does the trailer have enough space in it? How far away is the driver? You know, who's the best driver to come pick up a particular load? And so there's a lot of variables that come into play with a fleet management system. And so not only creating that algorithm that allows for an efficient management of those factors, but creating it on a blockchain so that we have a transparent and immutable record of what has transpired in the negotiation of the load and the driver. And a lot of these are negotiated on exchanges, but we have the ability to put that on a blockchain. And again, we can integrate something like our communication messaging system, our payment system, which also creates invoices on the spot and other things like that, that can be really beneficial for a driver making a delivery to a customer and collecting payments on the spot. So.
Well, finally, we need to understand why should companies or clients choose your blockchain solution, Jack? Could you answer that question?
Yeah, I think, again, blockchains have been kind of an evolution, right? It's been kind of evolving ever since the, Satoshi Nakamoto came out with the white paper in, I think it was like 2008 for Bitcoin. And we have ever since been looking at an evolution of the blockchain. Ethereum was a big evolution in steps forward in the blockchain. And now we're looking at not only these singular solutions for the blockchain, but how can we create these ecosystem solutions that will be an enterprise-wide solution for the blockchain. And so at Synchronium and with our SynchroLedger frameworks, we've been able to create an ecosystem that is a lot faster, a lot easier to use, with consumer based interfaces that we're making simple. Instead of having to use private keys and public keys to access funds, we're trying to make it easy so you can set up an app with your phone number and start interacting with cryptocurrency and with banking solutions and other things. So we're trying to make it easier, we're trying to make it faster and better than what we've seen in the past. And so I think that's what we have going for us, and good reason to choose us. At least give us a look and see what we have available and what we can offer. So.
Well, sounds great. I didn't ask you to measure things. First of all, tell us about your background, your professional experience. What do we not know?
Sure. No. Eugene, I'm a professor of marketing, and I've had many years in business strategy, and my background is mostly in real estate and marketing. But the blockchain has been a significant interest of mine, and I've been interested in solutions for real estate tokenization and real estate solutions on the blockchain, as well as supply chain solutions. I teach international supply chain management, and I've been interested in how we can better create supply chain solutions. With our supply chains getting longer and longer, we've started moving production overseas for a lot of the food products that we get, a lot of the consumer products that we use on a daily basis. And so those supply chains getting longer and longer need better and better solutions to create more efficiencies. The fact is, right now, it probably takes, just in the transportation time, maybe 3 to 6 weeks to get a product from China or from Asia to Europe or the United States. And so it is a long process with a lot of middlemen and a lot of negotiation going on. And this is a perfect solution for that problem. These smart contracts can make a lot of these decisions for us. We don't need all these middlemen. We don't need all of this management process going on to have an immutable, transparent system so that we can see exactly what's happening in our supply chain. And so blockchain is going to create a lot of efficiencies, allow for lower costs in the systems, and allow managers to see what's going on from end to end. One good example is the farm to the store, right? In the US, just a week and a half ago, I think they had a recall on romaine lettuce across the entire United States. Now, this romaine lettuce comes from a number of farms all over the world, right? If we could pinpoint where that came from, we wouldn't have to recall all the romaine lettuce, right? We could just recall the lettuce that came from that specific farm, right? And the blockchain is going to allow us to do that. It is going to give us the opportunity to see everything that was done to that lettuce or to a product, a food product that is moving through the supply chain. And so just a real opportunity for us when we're studying the supply chain, when we're trying to understand, the implications for blockchain. And, that's been one of my interests in the area. So looking forward to what we see in the future. And I think the blockchain is just going to provide us with a lot of new opportunities.
Well, I totally agree with you that blockchain eliminates all the middleman. We don't need even middleman into modern world. And finally, Chuck, tell us please briefly about the roadmap of Synchronium, the main milestones.
Okay, so we are, we've been working on the blockchain solutions for 4 or 5 years already, and so we've built the blockchain platform, the frameworks. As I said, we've got about 40 solutions now, and we are just coming to market with a number of our solutions. Our Synchro Ledger platform that will be available to businesses for creating platforms. We have a staff of IT developers that is just tremendous. They're excited and they are available to us to build these platforms. So I think you'll see over the next 6 months to a year, we're really going to be rolling out a lot of platforms, working with new businesses. We're already talking to a number of big institutions in regard to the blockchain solutions that we have. Some of our other businesses are Syncrobit and Syncrobit hybrid platform. It's an exchange operated out of another one of our businesses, but those are coming online in the next few months as well. And so I think over the next 3 months, 6 months, and a year, you're going to see a lot of new applications and a lot of new production-based use solutions for companies from the Synchro Ledger platform that we have. So.
Oh, sounds great. And now we know a little bit more about blockchain solutions that are changing our lives with the help of Dr. Chuck Hermans, the CEO of Synchronium USA. And please check the interview with Dr. Babak Ben-Budi, the founder and CEO of Synchronium United Kingdom. He talks more about the IO of one part of Synchrosphere ecosystem and the Syncrobit hybrid exchange. Please find the links below. Synchronium.io about Synchronium and snbtalking.io about Syncrobit exchange IO, which starts today in December 15. So please subscribe on my Facebook page and YouTube channel. Stay tuned for next interviews with Synchronium team. Dr. Chuck Hermans and Eugene Ramyanko with you. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, stay crypto, and stay Synchronium. And thank you very much, Chuck.
All right. Thanks, Eugene. Great talking to you.